Good evening and welcome to the 2026 Night of the Stars. My name is Paul Screcia. I'm an environmental and civil engineer. I received my master's civil engineering here at Wayne State and was inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2010. And tonight I have the pleasure of serving as your MC. This evening we celebrate some remarkable alumni and we'll recognize the Hall of Fame class of 2026, as well as a group of distinguished alumni from each of the 8 departments in the James and Patricia Anderson College of Engineering. New to the proceedings this year is an opportunity to acknowledge some of the college's outstanding faculty who are making significant contributions to research and innovation. Before we do all that, I'd like to acknowledge many of our university principals and other special guests here tonight and ask them to please stand when recognized. First, the president of Wayne State University, Richard A. Bierschbach. Also, members of the Wayne State University Board of Governors, if you could please stand. Wayne State University Provost and Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Keith Whitfield. Wayne State's Vice President for Research and Innovation, Dr. Obasi. Members of the James and Patricia Anderson College of Engineering Board of Visitors, if you would please stand. Also, members of the Anderson Ventures Institute Board, would you please stand? And thank you for your support of the student innovation and entrepreneurship that was today. The ingenuity and creativity of our students is inspiring, and it's obvious that the future of engineering is in good hands, so thank you. And members of the Women in Engineering Leadership Society, would you please stand? Thank you. Thank you for all of you for being here, and thanks to as well as to our department chairs, faculty, and other academic leaders, and also to our corporate partners and sponsors who have generously support not only this event, but the tireless work of our students and faculty. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Dean of the James and Patricia Anderson College of Engineering, Dr. Ali Abumali. Dean Abumali came to Wayne State University in August 2022, bringing more than 2 decades of academic leadership and research expertise. He's an internationally recognized expert in structural and computational mechanics. In his career, he has secured more than $100 million in development and fundraising and over $17 million in research funds as the principal investigator from industry, local, state, and federal government agencies. Since arriving at Wayne State, he has focused on expanding research initiatives, advancing student success, and strengthening industry engagement to support the college's role in Detroit's economic revitalization. Under his leadership at Wayne State, the college was renamed the James and Patricia Anderson College of Engineering after securing a $50 million gift. And this is the only named College of Engineering in the state of Michigan. Please welcome Dean Abumali.
Thank you, Paul, and good evening, and welcome to the James and Patricia Anderson College of Engineering. Good evening, everyone. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the Night of the Stars as we celebrate the outstanding achievements of our Wayne State alumni and impact they continue to make in engineering and beyond. I would like to thank some of the dignitaries who have joined us this evening, including President Bierschbach, Provost Whitfield, both of whom will share some remarks momentarily. I want to welcome members of the Wayne State Board of Governors. Thank you for being here. Our 2 Hall of Fame inductees and 8 distinguished alumni and their families, and our outstanding and hardworking faculty and staff. Put your hands together. I'm most grateful to my colleagues, Dean Sacker from the School of Medicine and Dean Lance Gable from Law School to attend here tonight. Thank you for being here. I also want to welcome Dr. Jim Anderson. As Paul mentioned, Jim and his wife Patty last year presented the college with the largest single gift in the history of Wayne State University. We will hear from Jim later in the program as well. Tonight, we recognize individuals whose dedications and innovation have not only shaped industries, but also have contributed to the legacy of excellence in the James and Patricia Anderson College of Engineering. Our network of more than 30,000 alumni worldwide is a testament to the strength of our institution and the power of engineering to drive the change. Earlier today, we saw the spirit of innovation on full display during our Student Innovation and Entrepreneurship Day. Our students showcased bold ideas, creative problem solving, and entrepreneurial mindset that reflects the future of engineering. Their work is a powerful reminder that the next generation is ready not only to meet challenges, but to redefine what is possible. We are also proud to recognize members of our faculty who have achieved more than $500,000 research expenditure this past year. They are among the many faculty members who are driving force behind a 55% increase in research expenditure over the past 2 years. They are also along many of their colleagues in attendance tonight, the educators that deliver our renowned academic programs, including many new online and traditional graduate programs that will advance many emerging technologies and make the world-class education we offer more accessible than ever. The dedication of our faculty to advancing knowledge, securing impactful funding, and mentoring our students is central to the success of our college and the strength of our research enterprise. Together, these moments, students' innovation, faculty excellence, and alumni achievement represent the full spectrum of what makes our college exceptional. They reflect a shared commitment to collaboration, discovery, and preparing engineers who will lead with knowledge, creativity, and integrity. As we honor our distinguished guests this evening, I want to acknowledge the many ways you continue to support our students through mentorship, internship, advisory roles, and more. Your contributions to help ensure that success we celebrate tonight continues for generations to come, and thank you for your continued support. It is now my great honor and pleasure to welcome the 14th president of Wayne State University, Richard A. Bierschbach.
Thank you, Dean Abdelmali. And good evening, everyone. It is great to be here at the Night of the Stars and to celebrate the achievement and the innovation and the impact of our alumni and of this incredible college. Tonight's about recognizing alumni and leaders in the field of engineering, but not just that, people who've used their education at Wayne State University to make a difference. And it's also a chance really to define what it means to be a great College of Engineering, to reflect on that, to talk about the kind of curiosity and determination and problem solving and deep roots in Detroit that define this college and define the people we're going to honor tonight. I just want to pause and note, this has come up, but I want to note it again. This is our first night of the stars under the Anderson name for the college. So Jim and Patty, thank you. I think that is a really special thing. Thank you for your extraordinary generosity and support, which we know, right, is more than a gift. It is a gift, but it's much more than a gift. It's an investment in people, in ideas, and in the transformative power of this university and the college, which, Jim, you were telling me earlier tonight you experienced. So thank you again for that. That's going to help us to keep transforming lives, right? To keep serving students, to keep driving research breakthroughs forward, to create the next Jim and Patty Andersons of future generations. And engineering does that. Engineering changes lives through technology that improves how we live. It drives industries that create jobs and bolster communities and increase the standard of living. It's about people who see challenges and solve them. It's about, as I said, a determined mindset, and that's the mindset of a Wayne State engineer. And I think those characteristics that I just mentioned, I think those also could be used to describe this university generally, which connects education and research and community empowerment in a way that few universities do. And so I'm proud to be a part of that, and especially proud to be here tonight to celebrate that legacy through the College of Engineering, because that is a celebration not just of the individual achievements of the people we're honoring tonight, but it's a celebration of how we strengthen communities and how we impact our world. So I'm looking forward to that celebration. Before I turn this over to the provost, I do want to take a little privilege to call out one of the people we're going to be honoring, because I have the good fortune of working closely with this person on the Board of Governors. So I want to mention Governor Sunny Reddy. And I know people are going to say more about Governor Reddy after I sit down, but to my mind, Governor Reddy embodies a lot of what I talked about. He got his MS in chemical engineering from Wayne State. And when he came here to do that, I think he had just a few dollars in his pocket, right? He came here and built a new life for himself. He built companies. He created jobs in Michigan. He brought his leadership and his focus and determination to a place that was willing to take his talent and give him a platform to turn it into something big. And he did that by using that talent to do what I just said. And because of that, he understands the importance of this university and its mission. And it's been a privilege to work alongside him on the board and see him put that dedication into keeping Wayne State strong and making it even stronger. So Governor Reddy, thank you again. Again, it's a privilege for me to be a part of this ceremony. And I also want to thank the other members of our board who are here, because they all share this same understanding of and dedication to the university's mission. So thank you all to the Board of Governors members who are here, and also the board members who aren't. Thank you, Dean Albemarle, for everything you have done to make this college what it is. Thank you, Provost Whitfield, for doing what you have done, even in your short time here, coming back here to keep driving things forward. And I also want to thank all the faculty and alumni and supporters who are here with us tonight. Your accomplishments represent the very best of what is Wayne State, and your dedication and passion represent what makes our community great and what makes our future bright. So it is my privilege, as I said, to be here. I'm proud to be a part of this Night of the Stars, and I thank you for being here and making Wayne State what it is.
Thank you, President Birschbach. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs at Wayne State, Dr. Kit Whitfield, my direct boss.
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
Really? I could engineer some. No. Good evening. I had to try to get some little kind of geeky thing because I'm following my boss. I mean, I don't even know what I need to say now. I'm looking at this and I'm like, it's going to kind of fall whatever. But I'm here to share in the excitement of this evening. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, President. And good evening, faculty, alumni, and distinguished guests. You know, it's a pleasure to be here with you tonight to celebrate, and I love saying this, the James and Patricia Anderson College of Engineering's Hall of Fame inductees. And I'm going to do what I always do, which is I'm not reading off of my notes, I'm just talking here. But I was here from 2016 to 2020, and we had not yet named the school. But there was a force, an indomitable force, that every time I interacted with engineering, I just didn't worry about them. I knew that they had great leadership, but I knew that they had this supporter, this person that believed in our university and believed in our students and believed in the mission that we had. And then I come back, and there's a name on the school. Yes, just say thank you. Thank you. But it is so appropriate to have that name on this school because I think that we do so many great things. Tonight is truly a celebration. It's as our academic community comes together and thinks about the important things that we do to make the world a better place. There are significant achievements that our Warrior Scholars and alumni do in the state of Michigan and around the world. Tonight you're going to hear a little bit about a couple of them, and it really wasn't meant to be a joke, but people were laughing. I was like, was that really a hard decision to pick these two guys? They're amazing and outstanding to see what they've done. And that's what we need to think about as a university, is about what we do, you faculty and staff who are there, what you do every day. You don't know what you're building. You're building people like this. You're building people that are going to go and make a difference in the world. And that's also the reason why when you have your social capital, when you're allowed to be able to help someone out, you never measure it. See, I'm talking all that engineering talk, you know? Huh? You don't measure it. You know why? Because you don't know. What you do is you give your best to every single student, and then what happens? They go out and do great things. We have people like Jim Anderson who have invested in us to do that, and it happens every single day at this great university. As you well know, Wayne State University is committed to academic research and professional excellence, and to preparing the next generation of scholars for industry leaders. Believe it or not, our college is not as old as the university. It started back in 1933, and this college has empowered students to tackle some of the world's most pressing challenges through innovation, through mission-driven work. And tonight's honorees definitely reflect those kinds of actions. I am deeply grateful to the college faculty and academic staff, along with our industry partners whose mentorship, collaboration, and commitment create meaningful, career-connected learning experiences for our students. There is nothing more important for higher ed in today's world than knowing that we are producing people who will get a job. And sometimes we are a little shy to say that because we want them to learn critical thinking skills. Yeah, we do. We want them to get a job too. We want them to go out there and make a difference, and that's what you guys do. Actually, for faculty and staff, give yourselves a round of applause. So as you will see, this year's inductees, their achievements, their leadership are outstanding, and they're things that help to make us, Wayne State University, as a community, very proud indeed. I think that as we learn more about what they've done, they will be the inspiration for our next generation. And on behalf of our academic community, congratulations and thank you for the examples that you set. Thank you very much.
So that was my boss, and that is my boss's boss, so no pressure.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Provost Whitfield. Now I'm going with the script. All right. Up next is Wayne State University's Vice President for Research and Innovation, Dr. Esmenari Obasi, and Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Studies in the James and Patricia College of Engineering, Dr. Leela Arawa.
Thank you, Dean. Tonight, we recognize 7 faculty members whose research excellence continue to elevate college impact and reputation. Each surpassed $500,000 in research expenditure last year, advancing critical work across a range of disciplines, including biomechanics, biomaterials, smart manufacturing, energy systems, nanoelectronics, water, and sustainability. Their efforts not only drive innovation and discovery, but also create meaningful opportunities for our students and solutions to some of most societal pressing challenges. From Department of Biomedical Engineering, Dr. Dale Bass. From Department of Chemical and Materials Engineering, Dr. Ji Chang Kao. Again, from Department of Chemical and Material Science, Dr. Carolyn Harris. From Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering, Dr. King Yoon Kim. From Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, Dr. Gojde Tutungugulu. From the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, Dr. Yangli Wager. The last but not least, from the Department of Electrical Computer Engineering, Dr. Keshang Wang.
At this time, we will begin the presentation of our distinguished alumni. Here to introduce these honorees are the college's 8 esteemed department chairs. And up first, the chair of the Department of Biomedical Engineering, Dr. Cynthia Burr.
Tonight, the Department of Biomedical Engineering is proud to honor Stephen Rodella, Director of Safety Planning, Research, and Risk at Zooks. Kind of an odd name, but he explained it at dinner. Where he leads strategies supporting the safe development of fully autonomous ride-sharing vehicles. He previously spent more than 17 years at the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, including serving as director at the Office of Defects Investigation, where he oversaw vehicle safety defects and recalls nationwide. Earlier in his career, he conducted crash injury research at General Motors, a widely published expert in crash data analysis and injury biomechanics. Stephen has made long-lasting contributions to vehicle safety. He holds multiple degrees, including a master's from Wayne State University. Please join me in welcoming Stephen Reddy.
Next, I would like to introduce the Chair of the Department of Chemical Engineering and Material Science, Dr. Jeff Potoff.
Sorry, I had to set it for short. All right. So it is our pleasure in the Department of Chemical Engineering and Material Science to recognize Andy Clare. Andy is a Senior Vice President for Business Development at Danos, bringing global leadership experience across the energy industry. Over his career, Andy has built high-performing teams, strengthened customer partnerships, and delivered operational growth across the United States and operational markets. Andy previously spent more than a decade with Halliburton in roles spanning operations and business development in Southeast Asia and other markets around the world. And in addition to being a standout student, Andy was also a student athlete at Wayne State, serving as starting pitcher on the university's 2005 Gilead Championship baseball team and earning All-American academic honors. Everybody, please give Andy Clare a warm welcome.
Please welcome the Chair of the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, Dr. Sean McElmurray.
All right. We are pleased to recognize Saad Marian as a distinguished alumnus of the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. Dr. Marian is a professor and chair of civil engineering at California State University, Sacramento, where he leads a dynamic program focused on student success, innovation, and industrial collaboration. His expertise in water resources engineering, which he learned from Dr. Miller here while studying as a PhD student. His water resources engineering spans hydrology, hydraulics, and infrastructure systems, with work supporting major initiatives in water management and climate resilience. Over a career that includes academia, industry, and public service, he has contributed to projects with state and federal agencies and served on advisory boards that connect research to real-world impact. A Wayne State PhD graduate, Dr. Marian remains committed to advancing both engineering education and practice. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished alumnus, Dr. Saad Marian.
Here to introduce our next honoree is the Chair of the Department of Computer Science, Dr. Farshad Fatoui.
All right. Good evening. Again, as the Department of Computer Science, we are proud this evening to recognize Dr. Parvish Khatri as a distinguished alumnus of the Department of Computer Science. Parvish graduated from the department with PhD in 2006, and he stayed behind as a postdoc for 3 additional years. And one of the reasons was he was waiting for his wife to get his master's degree from the Department of Computer Science. And when she graduated from the department, then jointly they moved to West Coast, University of Stanford. And that's where Parvish is currently a professor in the Department of Medicine. And he's working, his research is in collaboration with computer science, medicine, and data science. His research focuses on developing AI and machine learning methods to accelerate clinical translation, use large-scale biological and clinical data to improve diagnostic, treatment, and across various diseases. He's also, following his advisor's footprint, a co-founder and chief scientist of Inflamexics in West Coast, a company focused on bringing host response diagnostics into clinical care. I learned that the company has 80 employees currently, and they're growing. And he has built an internationally recognized research program and continues to advance innovation in healthcare through data-driven approaches. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Parvish Khatri.
I would like now to introduce the Chair of the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, Dr. Mohammed Ismail.
Good evening, everyone, and it's a pleasure for the ECE department to recognize our distinguished alumni for this evening, Dr. Rob Rutenbar. Dr. Rob Rutenbar right now is the Senior Vice Chancellor for Research at the University of Pittsburgh, where he oversees a $1.5 billion research and innovation enterprise. He is also a distinguished professor of computer science and electrical and computer engineering. Over his career, Dr. Rutenbar has held leadership roles at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, and spent 25 years at CMU. His research focuses on software tools for custom chip design and hardware architecture for AI. He has founded 2 successful technology startups. One of them actually was acquired by Cadence Design System, a world leader in software EDA, electronic design automation tools for chip design. And it's basically software is used by every chip company in the world. He is a fellow of multiple national organizations and continues to shape the future of computing and engineering. Dr. Rutenbar embodies the success of one of our Wayne State distinguished alumni, and we're very pleased to recognize him this evening. Please join me in welcoming distinguished alumni, Dr. Rob Rutenbar.
Now please welcome the Chair of the Engineering Technology Division, Dr. A.J. Yaprak.
Good evening, everyone. We are proud to recognize Brian Bruhan as a distinguished alumnus of the Engineering Technology Division. Brian is an engineering leader at General Motors with more than 25 years of experience, spanning design, operations, and global manufacturing optimization. He has played a key role in advancing the company's factory of the future, supporting automation strategies across North America. Most recently, at Orion Assembly, he led the first implementation of an automated storage and retrieval system and oversees innovative robotic applications that enhance performance and scalability. Earlier in his career, he supported major OEM programs and led world-class manufacturing initiatives at Stellantis. Brian is also an active advocate for Industry 4.0 and engineering leadership. Please join me in welcoming Brian Bruhan.
Next, I'd like to introduce the Chair of the Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering, Dr. Ratna Babu Chinnam.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are enjoying this wonderful Night of Stars program tonight. Tonight, we want to recognize Mr. Paul Scalny as a distinguished alumnus of the Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering. Paul is the president and CEO of Visca LLC, where he leads the development of advanced sensing, health performance monitoring, and defense-related technologies. Over a career spanning nearly 5 decades, he has built a distinguished record across government, industry, and entrepreneurship. He spent more than 30 years supporting the US Army, including leadership roles at TARDAC, which we call these days Ground Vehicle System Center, where he helped shape major national initiatives in transportation, military systems, and energy innovation. He's also the founder of Fortress 17 and the creator of the EVO Prime, a framework for structured innovation. Paul continues to translate complex challenges into impactful real-world solutions. I learned a lot over the day, spending some quality time with Paul, and I can take an entire hour talking to you about all the great things that he has done over the past 5 decades. But please join me in welcoming Paul Skalny to be recognized today.
Now, here to introduce the final distinguished engineer, the chair of Department of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Nabil Shaloub.
Good evening. It's my great pleasure to announce tonight's awardee for the Mechanical Engineering Department, Ms. Elizabeth Creer. She is currently the president and CEO at the Center for Automotive Research and a recognized leader in the global automotive industry. With more than 30 years of experience, she has guided organizations through the transition to electrified, connected, and autonomous vehicles. Prior to her current position at the Center for Automotive Research, she held leadership roles at J.D. Power and Stellantis, including being the vice president of global planning for the Jeep Grand Wagoneer and electrified body-on-frame vehicle, and earlier served as chief engineer for the Jeep Wrangler, Gladiator, and Ram 1500. She was named one of Automotive News' top 100 women in the North American auto industry and remains committed to advancing innovation and mentoring future engineers. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Elizabeth Creer.
And now, to introduce our Hall of Fame inductees, I'd like to welcome back to the podium Dean Ali Abomali.
Let's put our hands together for all the distinguished alumni. 8 of them from 8 departments. Thank you, Paul. It is my great pleasure to welcome our first Hall of Fame inductee of the evening, Mr. Tel Ganesan. He is self-made entrepreneur, philanthropist, filmmaker, and global business leader whose career reflects the power of an engineering education. A Wayne State mechanical engineering graduate, he began his career at Chrysler before finding Kiba, a Michigan-based technology company that employs nearly 900 professionals worldwide. Under his leadership, Kiba has grown into a diversified enterprise spanning staffing, emerging technologies, research and development, and entertainment. He's also the founder of Tycon Detroit, the state's largest entrepreneurial conference supporting startups and underrepresented founders. As founder of the Kiba Film, he has written, directed, and produced multiple feature films, including Trap City, which released #1 on Stars. Through his leadership, mentorship, and philanthropy, he continues to make a global impact while supporting the next generations of inventors. Please join me in welcoming our Hall of Fame inductee, Tel Ganesan.
Good evening. Yeah, just wanted to say a few words. Thank you, President Bersbach, Dean Abomali, and Provost Whitfield. First of all, I wanted to say your dean is doing an amazing job. Okay, look at him, how cool he is. He reminds me of Sir John Elton. Elton John. So with that, I'll get started. I just want to say three things tonight. One, how my journey started. And second, how did I engineer my American dream? And third, what this Hall of Fame really means to me and to the university at large. Number one, my journey started right below here at the Burger King. That's how I started. I didn't get an internship in the very first time. I didn't get the student internship, but I was flipping burgers 35 years ago. And standing here, receiving this Hall of Fame award is just an unbelievable, true American dream. And so if I could do that, anybody can. And then from there, as Dean said, I went on to work at Chrysler. Then I was there for 13 years, learned a lot of things from Chrysler. From there, I started my own company because I was fed up doing the same thing at Chrysler every 4 years, everything same. That fed up and frustration led me to start a company. I did everything I could, short of stealing money. I took out my 401k. I took out my home equity loan. And then went through so many things, and then one thing led to another, but I never gave up. Bought a whole bunch of companies, buy low, sell high, as the real estate would say, and then I started cobbling. And then every 10 years, looks like I get bored doing the same thing. So from Chrysler job, I moved on to entrepreneurship. From there, I got into films. From there, I got into music. I got into entertainment. And don't ask me why, because that's what keeps me going. And so that's how I engineered my dream. And as now I produce a film. And so, my life just was not contained based on what I learned here. It did not stick to thermodynamics. Did not stick to theory of elasticity, which I learned a long time ago, which I never did. And so as an engineer, not only learn how to solve equations, you can also solve the life and build community and build companies. And now I started doing storytelling. And so that's how I got into the movie Trap City, which is really resonating with me. And then, this city really taught me a lot about resilience and reinvention. And so not only I took a lot of things from Wayne State, but also took from the city. And then I was involved in a lot of entrepreneurial organizations like Tycon. And so that's how I engineered my dream. So my message to all the students and all the guests here is that you can pretty much engineer your own dream and keep pushing, and the doors will open. And if the doors don't open, just build a door one yourself, because you're an engineer, right? And then if you can, then you shouldn't be an engineer. I'll recommend Dean to take away your degree from you. Right? And then lastly, what this Hall of Fame means to me, I believe it should not just be a plaque, much like how this Wayne State University lifted my life. It should also lift the lives of others. And that's what this Wayne State University is all about, is that how do we lift the students who really need that support in terms of getting them the internship, getting the job at a corporate, or becoming an entrepreneur, much like James Anderson Institute, like funding them, starting them, and giving them a lifeline. And that's what the Hall of Fame should be really about. So from the bottom of my heart, all this selection committee, I want to thank them for bestowing this extraordinary honor to me, which I didn't expect for a guy who just flipped burgers 35 years ago. And so if I could do that, and so the American dream is alive, and it is so much alive at Wayne State University. And thank you so much for bestowing this honor.
And our second and final Hall of Fame inductee this evening is Mr. Sunny Reddy. He is a governor on the Wayne State University board, as well as entrepreneur. and a philanthropist dedicated to advancing education and strengthening communities. In 2004, he founded VoIP Office, a leading provider of cloud-based communications, headquartered here in Metro Detroit. An alumnus of the Department of Chemical and Material Science, he was elected to the Board of Governors in 2024 and is a strong advocate for accessible, affordable, and high-quality education, as well as student success and engagement. Governor Reddy has made a significant impact through his leadership in disaster relief efforts, working closely with the American Red Cross to support communities affected by major events, including Hurricane Harvey and Kentucky tornadoes. He serves on the Board of Trustees of the American Telugu Association, leading initiatives that benefit diverse communities. He is also the co-chair of the Michigan Republican Party, a committed alumnus. He continues to champion mentorship, alumni engagement, and opportunities that help Wayne State students to succeed. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Sunny Reddy into the Hall of Fame.
Hi, Sunny. It's Tom Barrett. Congratulations on getting inducted into the Wayne State University Hall of Fame. We're all really excited for you. Very proud of all the work you do, not just in the community, but also for the Wayne State University in its entirety as a member of the Board of Governors, all the leadership that you have there, all the great things you're trying to do to bring about new and better and greater things for Wayne State University. Can't tell you how proud of you we are, how excited we are for this award that you're receiving tonight. Congratulations again.
Good evening, everybody. Let me say one more time. Good evening, everybody. All right, that's the energy. That's the energy. President Richard Bishbach, Dean Ali Abulmali, distinguished members of the Board of Governors, faculty, family, friends, and my fellow honorees. Thank you. You know, I always say this. Most people graduate from Wayne State, but I built my life here. That's what I differentiate myself. Tonight, I stand here with a deep gratitude and full heart. This is a very special moment for me because recognition is not just about achievement. It's about a journey. The journey began right here at Wayne State University. When I first came to Detroit as a student, I arrived with a very little. A suitcase, a dream, and hopes of my parents. I still remember those early days, trying to figure out a new country, a new system, a new life. And to be honest, I also made a very big mistake. I forgot to bring my winter clothing. That first winter was not easy, but it taught me something important. Life will not always be comfortable. But growth comes when you push through discomfort. Success is not about comfort, it's about resilience. My mother believed in me. She had a dream that I would come to America and build something meaningful. She believed in that dream long before I ever did. But she did not live to see this moment. My father was a man of few words. but his belief in me was constant, steady, and powerful. Even when things were uncertain, he believed. I lost him years ago. But even today, I carry that belief with me in everything I do. Wayne State gave me more than an education. It gave me an opportunity. It gave me a confidence. It gave me foundation to build my life. From those early struggles to building a business, to creating opportunities for others, to standing here today, this journey has come full circle. I also want to recognize someone who played a major role in shaping my path, Dr. Ralph Kumler. He was my mentor. He saw something in me before I saw it myself. He didn't just teach engineering. He taught belief. His impact lives on in moments like this. Tonight is also very personal for me because my daughter, Neha, is not here. She is traveling to Ukraine for her work with the United Nations, helping children affected by war. As a father, I could not be more proud because success is not just about what we achieve. It's about the impact we create. But tonight, there is someone else I must recognize. My wife, Dr. Sirisha. Through every stage of this journey, she stood by me. Through the struggles, through the risks, through the uncertainty, she carried family. While I chased dreams, she believed in me even when things were not clear. And she sacrificed so that I could succeed. This moment is as much as yours as it is mine. Sirisha, thank you. I also want to recognize the leadership of this great university. President Bishbach, thank you for everything. Thank you for your leadership, your vision, and your commitment to excellence. Wayne State is making a difference. Dean Ali Abulmali, your leadership is inspiring. You're not just building engineers. You are building future leaders. And I would also like to recognize Jim and Patricia Anderson. Jim. Your generosity has transformed this college and created opportunities for generations. Thank you for your vision and your impact. Thank you, Jim. And before I close, I want to recognize my friends and family, especially those who travel from out of state. Your presence means everything to me. And to the friends who stood by me through this journey, I would not be standing here today without you. To my fellow honorees, congratulations. It's an honor to stand with you. This award is not just a recognition. It's a responsibility. a responsibility to give back, to mentor, to create opportunities for next generation. If there is a one lesson in my journey has taught me, it is this: dreams do not come true by chance. They come true because someone believes in you. Because you keep going, even when it's hard, even when it's uncertain, even when you feel like a giving up, you keep moving forward. Tonight, I accept this honor in memory of my mother's dream, in gratitude to my father's belief, in honor of my mentors, in pride for my family, to continue giving back. Success is not what we achieve, it is what we give back. Thank you. And go Warriors.
And now to close tonight's ceremony, he is the founder of Urban Sciences, chair of the college's Board of Visitors, a past Hall of Fame inductee, and thanks to a $50 million gift, the largest in the university's history, the namesake of our college. Please welcome Dr. James Anderson.
Well, thank you, Professor, Doctor. I wasn't expecting any of this, but I've always not had a problem holding my hand out for someone who wants to thank me. And the one that I have the most respect for in all of that is my great wife, Patricia. Like many in the wonderful world of marriage, you have ups and downs. And we've had very few of the downs and almost all of them ups. And so that wouldn't have happened by accident. And it didn't happen because we didn't try. We did try, and it worked. And that's the only thing you can do is make it work. And then life really takes on a much more attractive role when you have a team. And for us, it's a team of two, and we do our best to keep our kids out of trouble and keep them working to get their degrees done and paid for. And I don't know what more we can ask for. So thank you very much. This is an honor I wasn't expecting. I gratefully accept the award. And all I can say is let's see if we can find some more warriors that have similar aspirations and want to make similar impacts or contributions through Wayne State. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim, and congratulations to everyone who was honored here tonight. We're so glad that you could join us for the Night of the Stars. So please drive safely and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you. Good night.